Hey guys, welcome to Daily Bible Study. We are so glad that you've decided to join us today. We want to talk about the chapters that we read today, and they were Psalm 11 through 15. And so I primarily want to look at Psalm 12. And so in that, we see an aspect of God that can encourage us today, and that is his aspect of faithfulness, that he is faithful to us. And so even though it seems like at times in our society that it might be difficult to find somebody who has a desire to do good, right? So you watch the news, you read newspapers, you get on Twitter and all kinds of social media outlets, and you see there's just not really anything to hold on to and cling to for hope, right? You hear of wars and rumors of wars and things like that, right? Well, the psalmist in this chapter identifies that hope at times can get bleak because we look around and see that all the faithful have vanished. And so what do you do in that moment when it seems like all hope is lost? Well, I think the first thing that we do that the psalmist shows us is you cry out to the Lord. Because one thing that we know about the Lord, and one thing that the Word shows us, and something that we can't deny as believers, is that the Lord is with us. And so if we cry out to Him to help us, He will be there to help us. And if we ask Him to intervene in our lives, then He will do so in His time for His glory. And that's the easy part, right? Crying out to Him, asking Him to help us. The last three components that this chapter covers can be difficult for us to hold on to, because number 3 involves us waiting on the Lord to do what He said He was going to do, right? If we trust God, we have to wait on Him to be there for us, right? Fourthly, we have to trust Him. How hard is it to trust God that He's going to do what He said He's going to do? Oftentimes that's where we struggle, in the waiting, in the trusting, where we start to try to take matters into our own hands and we try to change things, right? The psalmist is saying, trust in the Lord, wait on the Lord. And lastly, it gives us an opportunity to rest in the assurance that we have that He's going to fulfill His promises. And so I hope that you can be encouraged today that just as the psalmist was telling us in Psalm 12, when it seems like everything around us is bleak and there is no one faithful around us, we can cry out to the Lord. We can ask Him for help. We can ask Him to intervene in our lives, but we must wait on Him to do the work. And we must trust Him to do what He said He was going to do, and we must rest in that assurance. And so hopefully that encourages you tonight, and you can be encouraged as you continue to walk throughout this journey and to join us throughout our times together for Bible study. We love you guys, and we hope that you have a blessed